Foreign Ministry of China dismissed the allegation as false and groundless. Chinese spokesperson Mao Ning said, and I quote, "We advise the Philippine authorities not to utilize fabricated information to stage a political farce."
Hey everybody, this is Erico and I am back again on whatever screen you may be watching this, whether it's your iPad, your computer, or your phone screen. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Why? Because you're watching this video. So we have China once again just causing trouble, being a menace to the world.
A Filipino fishing boat attempts to enter the disputed Scarborough Shoal's main lagoon, but the Chinese Coast Guard deploys rubber boats and chase it away. Filipino fishermen say this has been the situation in this part of the South China Sea for years.
We anchored there one time, and the rubber boat came and cut our anchors.
And even if they can get past the Chinese Coast Guard, there is another obstacle. The Chinese have put up a floating barrier, which the Philippine Coast Guard says could endanger the lives of those who might try to break it.
Every time that China's in the news, they are causing some type of mess and some type of heartache for all the people that are surrounding the area that China is trying to control. And I want to make one thing clear. I'm not talking about Chinese people as a whole. I'm talking about China's powers that be, their government, the people that are controlling and censoring people. I'm talking about these wacky people that feel like that they have to have control over everything and just forget everybody else. And so they once again are at it. They have this whole treaty and relationship with the Philippines, and it has to do with the South China Sea. And so when the Philippines had their prior president, they had formed this whole treaty where it was peaceful, and Filipinos and Chinese people were supposed to share this South China Sea because a lot of Filipino people go there to fish, and their livelihood is getting fish and food and the marine life and the coral reefs, and also oil is in there as well. And a lot of Filipino fishermen count on this as their livelihood. And so for a while, they were allowed to go in and out of the China Sea and fish and get all the fish that they needed, and it was peaceful. And China, since like couple years, about maybe like 2012, was claiming like most of the China Sea. They had made a whole boundary where it was like Vietnam was like, have y'all lost your everlasting mind? Like, y'all, you just claiming everything. They literally had a line. They were trying to claim the islands that were there. They were saying that China has history with these islands and these lands, these little spots of land that are in the middle of the sea, and that we automatically lay claim. And so everybody else, stay away. But still, as far as fishing was concerned, it was okay. And then when the last president of the Philippines left and this new one came in, all bets was off. And China was like, so we got a new president for the Philippines. We just gonna pretend like the treaty never existed, and we're gonna create a whole boundary line. They went and they had like this rope that they snuck and they put as a line so that the Filipino fishermen and the boats could not get through. And the Filipino president saw this and they're like, hold up, wait a minute. No. Oh, hell no. They're like, y'all trying to be slick. You're trying to be very slick right now. Because we're looking and we're seeing this in the ocean. And we were already having problems because the Philippines and many other countries had to go to court because China was like, no, this is all mine. All of this is mine. You all cannot go no anywhere near the coral reefs. You can't go near the islands. We lay claim to all of this. So they went to court, and international law passed said that China has no claim to anything. And what did China do when the Philippines was like, see, look, we're allowed to go and fish? They were like, la 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 la. We don't hear you. We don't know nothing about it. We didn't hear that. We don't go by that. We're still laying claim to all of this. And too bad if you all don't like it. So the fishermen went over to this newly made illegal boundary line. And they dived, looked and saw what it was made out of, and they started cutting. They said, you thought, and you thought wrong. No, this is not going to work. You're not going to do this. Meanwhile, a lot of fishermen are telling their stories and they're saying that we've tried to go and fish, but a lot of stuff is going on. We got Chinese ships that are shouting at us and trying to get us to go away. Like, there would be Filipino fishermen that would be on the boat and they would try to go deeper into the China Southern Sea. And there would literally be Chinese people on boats that would be harassing them and chasing them out and saying, you know, go back to the Philippines, get out. You're not allowed to be here. Go away. Go back to your own country. And not only that, Chinese people have started building outposts and factories on these little islands that they're laying claim to. So that's killing the coral reefs. So when the coral reefs are being killed, what else is being killed with that? The marine life. And on top of that, they're trying to lay claim to the oil too. And I could understand if there was a ruling that said, you know, yeah, China actually owns all of this. But it's not so. Instead, we have now this tension. And China's spokesperson came out, and once again, they love to pretend like nothing is going on. They're like, oh, the Philippines, they're the ones that's starting this because they're trying to create a political tension between the Philippines and China. You all are the ones that put the boundary in the sea. Filipino people did not do that. They haven't laid claim to anything. Only thing they want to do is go in the sea and fish. The only thing they want to do is catch food to bring back to their markets and to sell and to go on about their lives. They're the ones that are doing this. And I noticed that China, their president, the government, they love to throw rocks and hide their hands. They do it a lot. They will see things that they have shot up in the air and pretend like that they don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about that silver looking balloon in the sky that's going across the United States. I don't know nothing about a missile that got shot off into the air. They never know anything. Like, they literally never know anything. And everyone is looking at them like, you all are doing all this stupid crazy mess. And they're pretending like you don't know what's going on. So now everybody is on edge. The USA, Australia, all these people there, Vietnam, they're all like, well, if they want to start some type of fight, all the allies are going to have to jump into it. And that also, it's what that boils down to is that China is not happy that the Philippines has allied themselves with America. They don't like it at all. They felt like it was a betrayal. So now, you know, they're acting real funny. they're saying, well, we're going to cut you out of everything too. And it's wrong. Because there was already an agreement. And now that this new president has come and they have aligned themselves with America, they do have allies, and they're saying that, well, China, if you're trying to do something, come on. Everybody else is going to jump into it too. And many people are on one side, they feel like that this should be kind of handled with care. And I do sort of agree, because we don't know what China has. China is very strange when it comes to the military and their weapons and all the weird experiments and stuff that they're doing. And even when it comes to like their society and their people, the way that they handle stuff is weird. It's very just disheartening in a way. And to know that they love to sneak and do things, I do think that it's important on how you handle this and how you approach it, because they're constantly doing things, they're constantly experimenting, they're constantly working, and nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing with North Korea. Nobody knows. So it's like they just basically want control. They want control of Taiwan. They want control of the seas. They just want everything. But Philippines this time have pushed back. And you know, they're kind of like, what? Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to do something? And I don't think that they're going to really do anything like blatantly to the Philippines. I do think the Philippines kind of shocked China a little bit. Because I don't think they thought they were going to be gangster like that. And they showed that they're real gangster when they need to be. They're not playing with them. And you know, I respect it. I really do respect it. I think that the sea should still be open for everyone to fish. I still think that nobody should be driving anybody out of certain portions of the sea. And the Philippines is not going to back down with this. Because this has been a fight for years. Especially with the claim on the southern China Sea. And just the, you know, all that's going on with that. So this is interesting to watch out for, you guys. I think it's important that you pay attention to world news and you look at what's going on, because since America is allied with the Philippines and with many different countries, we get pulled into this stuff, and you don't know how that's going to affect our economy, how it's going to affect, you know, our military. It's very important that you read up on this stuff and that you watch videos. So you guys, there's a lot to think about. Follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. Also a blog on East Asian pop culture. The link is always down in the description box below. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real, and I will always be back. Thank you guys for watching. Put below your thoughts. I would love to read them. Bye.